Hey y'all, so today I made a story because I apparently had 4 votes on yes and none on no. I'm very anxious about my voice, so I'm sorry if I sound really bad, but here we go. I'm sorry if it's cringe. I'm new to story writing, I'm sorry. Here we go. I'm off to slaughter. Alternate victims plus survivors. Just so you know, the top part is crossed off because that was the original plot, but I decided, you know what, since it's spelled wrong, I'm just gonna, give up. Alright, here we go. Noah stared out to the water, riding the boat. The boat was heading to the island. He and 21 other contestants would be on for a reality show they'd all be on. Wasn't sure if he'd win, but he was hopeful to make some friends. This is out of Canaan. I'm sorry, everyone. What's the worst that can happen? He thought. Oh, he didn't know this day would be the day he would stop growing. When I grow up. I'm scared. The boat eventually stopped at the dock. He grabbed his stuff and started to get out. He looked around the island. DJ was feeding a rabbit. Tyler was giving Lindsay a flower. Heather was fixing her hair. Everything seemed normal. I'm trying to include all the contestants so no one is confused. Izzy was hopping around like a child that had sugar. It made him really uncomfortable. He looked around and saw Cody chatting with the 3 other drama brothers members, Harold, Trent, and Justin. They were my faves. He went for them and started chatting away. Chris was looking at his clipboard, counting to make sure everyone was here. Everyone was accounted for. Alright, losers! I have no ideas for challenges yet. So for now, just explore and chat. But remember, don't wander off alone. Chef is in charge until I get back. Good luck and have fun! Chris exclaimed as he headed to the boat. Some spirited out of solid logic. Heather scoffed at the word fun. As if being forced on a boring island is fun. Beth fidgeted while Shauna snarled at Harold. Come on, dudes, line up! Let's go explore! And maybe unpack our bags too! Jeff exclaimed with excitement, his pink jacket catching the sun. Owen bounced up excitedly and followed him to the boys' cabin with the other boys. Ah! Alright. Night 1, Noah of the Waters. I love this. Noah climbed onto a top bunk and started unpacking his stuff. I don't know what bunk he originally had, so pretending his top bunk is just at you. He laid his blanket, pillow, and PJs on his bunk for some reason, I don't know. He looked down and saw Harold casually brushing Justin's hair for him. That's sweet. He smirked at the sight. He climbed down his bunk, grinning widely. So, anyone up to explore before dinner? He looked around for volunteers. Duncan already left. Probably going to flirt with Courtney and get stopped again. How about checking that lake? Haven't explored much yet, Ezekiel suggested. No part up. A lake? Perfect spot to read. Noah thought. He grabbed his book and headed for the lake. Noah walked around, looking for the lake. Man, the walk was long. He heard a branch snap through some trees. Murder! He turned towards the source, saw nothing. He shrugged and walked towards the lake. Felt like someone was watching him, but he tried his best to ignore it. Once he arrived at the lake, he saw a tall, masked figure sitting at the ledge. He raised an eyebrow. Chef, is that you? He questioned. Suddenly the figure grabbed him by the neck. Noah gasped for air and tried to pry their hands off his throat. It was no use. His vision was blurring fast and he was losing oxygen. The figure suddenly took out a small knife and pinned Noah against the edge of the dock. Noah screamed, but it did nothing. The figure stabbed him in his side. The figure pushed him into the water. Noah looked up at the sky as the world slowly turned white. His eyes finally shut as chatter of the camp stopped and turned to whispers and then to silence. Noah spotted body discovery! Cody looked up from his bunk, hearing Noah scream. What the hell was that? Heather screamed outside. Everyone rushed outside. That sounded like Noah, Duncan said. Cody cautiously walked closer to the lake, while Shauna was staying close to him. Cody saw a floating, extremely pale body. He stepped closer and saw Noah, lifeless and pale. Cody gasped while Shauna screamed. Everyone looked up at her scream. What the hell happened? Shauna screamed. Everyone looked sick when she saw Noah's body. That's so gross! Bridget said, looking like she's about to throw up. Katie and Sadie were crying and hugging each other. Does this mean this island has a killer? Justin screamed. The clues were easy to tell to prove it. The scream, Noah's torn book, and his dead body. Well, that's not good, Izzy said. Tyler was holding Lindsay's hand while Eva was covering DJ's eyes. And Chris left his hair! Heather shouted, breaking the silence. That little... Bev clenched her small fist. Bev rarely was ever angry. She's either happy or something else, but never anger. When he gets back, I'm gonna watch as he gets dragged into hell, Bev said, furious. You better get dragged into hell or I'm calling my lawyers, Courtney said, crossing her arms. Gwen nodded. They all stood in silence and walked back to the cabins for the night, all now understanding their fate. Okay, next victim. Number 2, overgrown Sadie. I tried drawing a wolf in a flower bed. Failed. The next day, everyone sat in silence. They were all processing the fact that Noah was dead and that they're on an island with a killer that could kill them at any moment. What are we gonna do? Harold asked, breaking the silence. Duh! Survivors don't die like idiots! Harold Heather snapped. Big question is, where the hell is Chef? Chris said he was supposed to be here, Trent shouted. I'm stuttering, please ignore. Probably dead if we're on a killer island, Ezekiel shouted. I just want food, not death, Owen said sadly. Heather scoffed. You only want food because your Heather started to say, but then Jeff slapped her across the face. Everyone gasped when Heather was done. Jeff never heard or got mad at anyone. Seeing the anger in Jeff's eyes made Heather actually shut down. Jeff walked over to Jeff and tried to calm him down while Harold actually checked on Heather like a concerned older brother. Jeff, please be careful not to annoy the wrong people, okay? Harold asked gently. Heather nodded. Now understanding annoying people is not good. Harold handed her an ice pack for that slap. That's now turning into a bruise. He looked around. It is already getting late, and Katie and Sadie haven't come back from the forest yet. Don't they know it's dangerous to be in a forest at night with a killer and possible wild animals on the island? But sighed, knowing they're gonna get themselves killed. Alright, final page of what I have so far, and then I'll get to the further 4 victims. I tried drawing an angel halo for Sadie. Okay. Katie and Sadie. Katie and Sadie were looking around for resources in the forest. Hey, let's go! Let's get some flowers for Noah for a proper burial, Sadie exclaimed excitedly. Katie's eyes lit up. Yes! As a way to wish him luck! They both walked around, gathering flowers they could find. Look, I'm a garden, Sadie said, putting a bouquet in her face. Both girls bursted out laughing. They suddenly heard growls and barks. Did you hear that? Katie asked, heart racing. Sadie nodded. They then heard a cage set down and a chuckle. They turned around and saw the killer holding wolves in a cage. They both gasped. Katie? Sadie asked. Yes? Katie replied. The killer opened the cage. Run! Sadie screamed and pushed Katie forward. The girls started running as the wolves chased them, but Sadie was slower. Don't stop running, Katie! Sadie yelled. Katie nodded for tears and started running faster. Sadie tripped and the wolves caught her. Sadie screamed as they started eating her. Katie could hear the sound of flesh and bones being teared while running. Once the wolves were finished, the killer stuffed flowers into Sadie's eyes, mouth, and stomach. They were beyond recognition. Katie had finally reached the camp. Everyone saw her state. She lost a hair tie, was covered in tears and scrapes. Harold noticed Sadie wasn't with her. Where's Sadie? He asked. Sadie, the wolves. She started crying. Everyone immediately understood everything. Sadie had gotten eaten by the wolves, and Katie witnessed everything go down.